The Gagging Law is a plan by the government to hugely increase the rules and restrictions on community groups, charities, campaigners, on what they can say for the year before any election, which would, because there are quite a few elections, would mean a lot of the time.
We all feel that this is an attack on democracy and our right to speak out on some of the most important issues facing the country and the planet.
Lobbying bill aims to restrict third-party groups for campaigning for any party or any policy. I don't think it's very democratic. In a free society, groups should be able to come together and lobby and campaign as they wish. This bill restricts their freedom to do that. It's not quite like Putin's Russia, but it's heading in that direction.
Registered campaigners won't be able to spend more than £9,750 in a particular constituency in the year before the general election. That's just over £800 per month. In contrast, the local MP can spend as much as they like until about 4 months before Parliament is dissolved.
This bill is not affecting just charities, it's affecting blogs, NGOs, every third sector organisation.
As far as I can see, almost every single campaigning group, left, right and centre, has come out against it. It's hardly surprising. A bill that was originally conceived to restrict lobbyists, commercial lobbyists, it will only affect 1% of those lobbyists. It won't really change the culture in Westminster.
If you're Tesco or G4S or a private healthcare company, it really doesn't affect you. You'll be able to carry on influencing government as you always have. But if you're a charity or a community group or a member of a campaigning organisation like 38 Degrees, you'll see the government putting in huge new restrictions on what you can and can't do, which will mean that overall this is going to distort politics even further in favour of those that are already really rich and powerful and already have too much influence.
Statements from ministers have referred to stopping large, opaque organisations from spending heavily at election time. However, no one has explained why the existing cap of 5% is not working and is not adequate.
Part 2 of the lobbying bill has got nothing to do with corporate-sponsored fat cats getting access to Downing Street. It's all about focusing on non-governmental organisations and our ability to speak out on really important issues.
The government wants to stop the unions and the big left-wing campaigns spending money in the election to defeat their candidates. It's that simple.
It was introduced into the House of Commons just prior to the summer recess, and we are barely back from that recess before it has been pushed through the Commons with the aim of it being enforced before Christmas.
The Electoral Commission has stressed that the wording of this bill is poor, that the amount of items that charities and campaigns have to account for are far more than the political parties.
Even the Electoral Commission is saying that this gagging law is a real mess and are saying that they think the government should withdraw it and think again.
If the lobbying bill is passed, it will mean that Friends of the Earth won't be able to campaign on things like fracking. Whatever you think about whether fracking should go ahead in your local area or across the country, it's definitely right that organisations like Friends of the Earth should be able to work with local communities to raise concerns about the environmental impacts. And the cap on spending in individual constituencies means that our campaigning activity would be all but shut down.
In the past, Hope Not Hate has run successful campaigns against the spread of racist, fascist and hate speech at the local level. If the legislation is going to get through in its current form, then Hope Not Hate is not going to be able to run such campaigns, because most likely we are going to go past the £10,000 cap which is being proposed.
There is a danger that if you don't allow third-party campaigns to campaign freely, the only people who will be able to influence politics are full-time lobbyists and full-time politicians.
In a healthy democracy, everyone should be able to speak up and express their opinion, make their voice heard. Whether that's it through a big national NGO like Oxfam or through a local community group campaigning against a wind farm or in favour of a wind farm, it's all part of democracy. And what this law would do would basically say to all of the rest of us, politics is for politicians and political parties. If you're not going to get involved in a political party, you have to shut up.